All right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to a game. This game is going to be between Sonic and HawK, taking place here on Shallow Grave. On the bottom right-hand side of the map, we have Sonic spawning as the blue Night Elf. Meanwhile, HawK spawning as the, well, yellow human. All right. Yeah. So, really looking forward to building up a new computer sometime soon. Audio's only working from one ear now, so, well, I guess it's good that it's my primary ear. If I miss things that's happening on the left side of the map, well, I do apologize. Anyways, let's go ahead and break things down here. What is going on? There's the Archmage. I was wondering why the overlay wasn't posting anything. Archmage now out on the battlefield, and now we see a Fire Lord coming in from Sonic. So a Sonic going with a Fire Lord, walking through water. Not quite sure how that works. I thought he was molten lava. The magic must be strong with him as the Fire Lord comes across here. Now, is he going to summon up a lava spawn, and what is he going to do here? There's level 2 already on that Archmage. Forest Troll Shadow Priest is down, so that is going to be some very easy abolish magic if things do happen here, as that Forest Troll Shadow Priest by HawK should be going after that that little guy right there, and he does in fact take it down very quickly. Meanwhile, the Fire Lord now going after that Forest Troll Shadow Priest as we expect. There's going to be a little bit more damage, one more bit of damage. He's just trying to heal himself, get back up, and now he's back up to 28, still alive temporarily. No, finally gets killed. All right, so it's pretty much trading that lava spawn for that Forest Troll Shadow Priest. Couple of auto attacks for that Fire Lord, taking down that early Forest Troll Shadow Priest. Very important, as well, with that Brilliance Aura, that Archmage can do quite a bit. Now, Archmage did have a wand of mana stealing, but did not use it earlier. So we see that there is still a lava spawn here in this engagement. The lava spawn could try to attack and get in some more splits, as well as that lava spawn looks to back away. Now, Militia getting called back over. Archers are getting called in as well. I thought, yep, there's a couple of archers here. And Sonic using the mercenary camp to be very aggressive and perhaps can do a little bit of pressure again. This lava spawn here, is he going to spot this Archmage off to the side? No, he is not. And with that, well, Archmage is going to be able to get an additional item and get that much closer to level 3. Now, down to the south, Fire Lord, he needs to start making use of his own time. There's a rogue lava spawn, perhaps going to tank a little bit of that damage. Not necessarily the best thing to do there, as that rogue, well, will get destroyed. Meanwhile, Brigand and that rogue wizard, frost armor doesn't really affect all of these range units, as the Fire Lord does get to level 2. Lava spawn does get the split off in time. And will he fully heal? Does not fully heal, but does regenerate some good hit points. Good day, everyone. Oh, I guess I haven't reminded people, if you guys do have a free Amazon Prime subscription, definitely, well, remember to use it. If not on my channel, on some channel anyways. It's pretty much free money from Microsoft, not Microsoft, Amazon, to try and support your favorite content creators. Definitely remember to do that. Also a reminder to myself that I haven't been remembering to do that. All right, so Fire Lord coming back around. Forest Troll Shadow Priest hired up by Sonic. We're going to be looking at archers now making their way back in from the north. That abolish magic should play a big role, as the Fire Lord now comes back around again to try and shut down this expo here at the 3 o'clock spot. Back at home, Sonic is nearly at tier 2. Are we going to see another tavern hero, perhaps a panda for Breath of Fire? That is the question here, as the archer, is he shadow melding? Yes, he will. She will. And being able to stay alive at 18 hit points. Meanwhile, Fire Lord here still moving around very dangerously, down to 112 hit points. Needs to head back home. There are plenty of Moonwells back here to try and heal up, as we do see a peasant now setting up a farm to try and perhaps train up some units. Dark Ranger as the second hero. All right, so Dark Ranger as the second hero, interesting choice. Black arrows mean that we could be looking at a bunch of skeletal minions. You see Sonic purposely going after that lower hit point peasant right off the bat. We're going to be looking at that damage. 1 or 2 more shots should finish it off. There it goes. Skeletal minion now does pop up, and that skeletal minion could look to try and push back a little bit of damage. Meanwhile, Archmage going up against the Fire Lord here. Lava spawn, ancient lore going to get cancelled, and the Tree of Ages also engaging. There's a couple of detonations, then now suddenly Archmage is going to be in a little bit of trouble. Lava spawn going up against that water elemental. Lava spawn should be able to win out on that battle there with the help of that Fire Lord. unorthodox hero mix this time. Yes, Dark Ranger and now leading the attack here. We can see that there's a far number of. Are we going to see another black arrow? Yes, we do. Skeletal minions are popping up, and this is exactly what Sonic wanted. He wanted to have these range units to be able to try and get some skeletal minions out here onto the battlefield. Once more, we see another beautiful Archer Shadow meld to keep units alive. And also, the Archmage is going to get healed back up here. Archer trying to retreat back off to the north, and here we are going in for a little bit more damage. Firelord low on mana. Dark Ranger trying to make something happen. The Scout Tower, is it going to get cancelled? Yes, it will, as the Archer and that piercing damage just deals so much to that light armored Scout Tower as it's being upgraded. Dark Ranger continuing to push back the other way. That Forest Troll Shadow Priest of HawK should easily get cleaned up for a skeletal minion. It does end up, just exploding, so the black arrows aren't really producing nearly as many skeletal minions as I would have originally thought, as another, Water Elemental bites the dust. Archmage is sitting at level 4. Level 2, level 1, going up against a level 4 Archmage, so level 2 Brilliance Aura means a lot of heals, as the Firelord unable to get the necessary damage onto that Scout Tower in the back. We're going to see some more pressuring there, and once again, black arrows, a lot of damage coming through. That Footman, is he going to explode and create a little spawn? That's exactly what we're looking at. That's going to explode. One more shot, that causes more damage, and you can see more skeletal minions are just popping up again. There goes another. There's 3 now, as the Dark Ranger is just cleaning up Footman again. Level 3 now on that Firelord, as the Dryads are now coming back across here. Dark Ranger needs to pull back. There's a Mud Golem, some mudslinging involved, as the Dark Ranger now down to, Dark Ranger actually not really in danger of falling here. Skeletal minions are still popping up. There goes another again, as the Dark Ranger tries to get perhaps to level 2. This Water Elemental trying to put in pressure, and now level 2 onto this Dark Ranger here. As Abolish Magic is done, suddenly Water Elementals are just going to turn into experience for the Dryads, when push comes to shove. More skeletal minions getting pressured down again. We're going to be looking at a little bit more damage. Footman with now finally with the Fen, but still Firelord auto attack dealing quite a bit of damage here. Now level 2 lava spawns are ready. Mana is potentially an issue. We are at daybreak here, as we are looking at a fight go down. Dark Ranger trying to push back the other way. Siphon Life coming in from the Dark Ranger to try and heal up here from the Footman, and it looks like it's working fairly well for now, as the Firelord finally escapes away at 37 hit points. All right, a little bit more damage. One more final shot. No, that damage actually reflected back. Lava Spawn trying to go after a Forest Troll Berserker may not be able to get the job done. It gets taken out. Back at home, all of the Moonwells are dry. That is a bad sign. Dual Ancients of Lore. We are at Tree of Eternity. I don't see any bears, as the Firelord here getting ready to go after the Sasquatch Creep Camp. We need to see some Druids of the Claw with Adept training in order to get some rejuvenations before moving out. Also, those Moonwells are dry, and I haven't seen a Moonstone used just quite yet. Brandon seen this one much more lately viable. I don't know. I'd have to study. Here's the thing about the meta in Warcraft 3 or in any game. As new strategies are developed, eventual strategies to counter those popular strategies arise. So it almost becomes a chicken and egg situation. It's difficult to foresee what's going to happen, and then also you need to consider the map pool as well. The map pool, certain strategies are more viable, how close the tavern is, particular creep path and creep patterns. I remember the Goblin Alchemist on Terranus Stand being a very popular hero for some time, just because of the unique creep pattern that players were able to pull off there. Now, HawK does have a big economic advantage and has a bunch of towers here. Meanwhile, he is now finally at Keep and now training up that Mountain King. Meanwhile, back into the fight here. Ogre Warrior trying to engage Druids of the Claw in that Adept mode. Should be able to get some more rejuvenations going. Perhaps get a rejuvenation onto another unit. There's a Healthstone pickup there. Nicely. Nice there as the Dark Ranger gets to level 3. Are we looking at level 2 Black Arrows? We will be getting level 2 Black Arrows in just a moment. Meanwhile, on the southern side, Archmage, solo hero, sitting at level 5. We are at mastery training. This hero here, all right, there's a rejuvenation, and now we're going to be doing a little bit of poking. Firelord coming back across. That Ancient of Lord gonna get taken down. Are we going to see some death onto some of those footmen? No, we are not. But one production building is down for Sonik. All right, more lumber will be needed. We're looking at 700 gold and only, well, 30 lumber at this point. On the cusp of low upkeep for both sides. HawK is banking up about 1,000 gold and starting to get those upgrades. Perhaps we'll try and get some powerful items as well, as we see the Archmage already has dual scrolls of healing and dual invul potions. Back across here, well, yeah, all of those towers makes me believe that this is 2008 all over again, 2008 to 2012. When human players just towered up their expos and they were nearly impossible to take down. All right, HawK and lose a 4-stroll Berserker there, and now going after some of these additional units. A Ring of the Archmagi going to get picked up. Mountain King could be in a little bit of trouble. No, Potion of Invulnerability in time. Archmage using a Scroll of Town Portal to get out of this tight spot here. Sonik purposely trying to back away, able to stay alive with those 2 very low hit point units in the back. Dark Ranger at level 3, Firelord sitting at level 4, Forest Troll Berserker about to get cleaned up. There's a rejuvenation, and they're ready to go on the move again. Dark Ranger actually low on items, should perhaps pick up something. Meanwhile, the Mountain King having double scrolls of healing alongside the Archmage. So the Archmage and Mountain King both coming to the fight with a lot of very powerful items for their armies in this upcoming battle. Top right hand side of the map here, the Overlord will get cleaned out. There's a rejuvenation, and now Legion of Doomhorn item picked up, perhaps going to be picked up by the Dark Ranger to make her look more undead-like with that unholy aura. All right, Forest Troll Berserker about to get taken down. There's a rejuvenation on another Druid of the Claw. 50 supply compared to 47. HawK still sitting on nearly 1,200 gold, or now 1,200 gold, and still hasn't really gotten beyond that level 2, or still staying in low upkeep, not upgrading to tier 3. We can see more training, more research getting underway, and finally going to be breaking into low upkeep here, finally at 53 over 74. All right, this timing is going to be key. 51 over 60 now. Sonik also in low upkeep, but trying to set up an expo of his own at the 3 o'clock side. And we are ready for this upcoming battle. Level 5, level 2, nearly level 3 on the Mountain King, going up against a level 4, nearly level 4 Dark Ranger. Hero levels are going to be close. The guard towers are going to play a significant role. You can see that Arcane Tower actually within range compared to the guard tower. The Arcane Tower having slightly better range there as we're looking at the fight getting underway. All right, Dark Ranger, Druid of the Claw, gonna try and retreat back. Here you are, here we go. Going into a battle, slow poison onto that Spellbreaker. Spellbreaker does have decent armor, but moving very slow right now as the Mortar team is trying to hide in the back. HawK seemingly in a great spot here, but his army is a little bit separated. Economically speaking, we are about the same now, but we are at tier 3 by Sonik. All right, going into this engagement here. Forest Troll Berserker getting caught behind, Stormbolt finding as the Mountain King tries to get to level 3. No third hero coming across from HawK. That does come as a surprise. Sometimes you just want the item slots, as the Archmage and the Mountain King are nearly maxed out. Archmage could pick up an item or two. Meanwhile, Ogre Warrior going to get cleaned up here. Firelord still gaining experience in the center portion of the map here. And this is a perfect opportunity for Sonik to try and take that experience lead away. Book of the Dead also picked up, but I'm assuming that there is going to be adept training on those priests already. So that's just going to turn into experience if that Book of the Dead is used in, well, not an effective manner. All right, more creeping, still trying to aggro, still pull things away. There's still one more orange creep camp back at the home of the Night Elf here as a Ring of Superiority picked up by the Pit Lord. Pit Lord third, yeah, definite odd hero. So Fire Lord, Dark Ranger, Pit Lord going up against, Archmage, Mountain King, no Paladin, no sign of a third hero yet. Priest now leading the charge here. Mortar teams going to be lobbing those attacks. We're looking at 2-2 upgrades for the Spellbreakers, going up against 1-1 upgrades for the entire Night Elf army. However, the Mortar teams are not upgraded. I guess the Militia were upgraded out of time, as we're not going to be looking into engagement. There's a Blizzard raining down, coupled with a Thunderclap. That's going to be a lot of damage onto those units. A Mountain King, Potion of Invulnerability, going to be used at the very last moment, as we now see some more damage coming back across. I believe that was the Dispel on that Book of the Dead pretty much instantaneously. Rain of Fire to try and counteract that Blizzard, as the Pit Lord levels up just in time to barely stay alive. No, ends up being taken down by a recast Blizzard. Fairy Dragons are up, but they are outside the range of that Archmage. Archmage still has plenty of scrolls of healing. Druids of the Claw could get cleaned up here. This could be a potentially bad fight here, as we're looking at more Mana Flare going across here. There's a big Thunderclap. One Druid of the Claw getting taken down. No Staff of Preservation. The Druids of the Claw are still trying to make their way back over. Remember, they are also slowed as the Druids of the Claw are trying to retreat back here. All right, Rain of Fire, while coming back across, Archmage is still standing strong and still able to somehow stick around in this battle, as the Fire Lord tries to shut things down. Another Druid of the Claw going to get taken out here. More Mana Flare, but all of these units are going to be teleported back away, opening things up for this Mortar team army to take down this Tree of Life. Well, 3 mortar teams, more than enough to take down this 1300 hit point Tree of Life. 70 supply compared to 68 now, as the Fairy Dragons make their way back over. Mass Teleport, HawK already on the move to get out of here, as the Fairy Dragons, well, phase shift to dodge a little bit of damage. HawK level 6, level 4. Pit Lord getting resurrected back at home. Fire Lord just shy of level 5. Not quite sure why you wouldn't go after this creep camp right there. We know how important level 5 is on those armies. Dark Ranger going to go ahead and retrain to Silence now to try and shut down that Blizzard on that Archmage. Interesting point to note, Blizzard is at level 2, Archmage has level 3 Brilliance Aura for the Sorceresses and the Priest. We are now upgrading the castle. That would be the reason why we never saw a third hero. We are now upgrading the castle, and we'll see if HawK ventures down into that third hero proposition, as, well, item slots are always important. Meanwhile, coming back around, Pit Lord back out onto the battlefield. Fire Lord sitting just on the cusp of level 5. Yeah, Sonik really needs to get to level 5 onto that Fire Lord at the very least. And Lightning Shield on that Fire Lord. We're going to see a little bit of damage. There you go. Fire Lord now sitting at level 5. Dark Ranger halfway to level 5. And that Pit Lord, well, has a lot of work to do if he wants to try and come out ahead. Fire Lord sitting at level 5. Our Stormbolt onto the Fairy Dragon, taking quite a bit of damage and losing quite a bit of mana. The Spellbreakers are there, and now the Fire Lord just going to end up falling. Fire Lord walks into a Stormbolt. That's no joke. And, well, everything just falls apart. The level 5 Fire Lord never really got his chance to shine in the sun. Meanwhile, the Pit Lord raining down Rain of Fire. Rain of Fire onto the backline group of casters. Mountain King coming in with those beautiful Thunderclaps. Level 3 Thunderclaps coupled with Blizzard, making short work of that front line of Druid of the Claw. You can see all of those units getting taken down. Mountain King, Dark Ranger going to get cleaned up, and that is going to be the game. Yeah, game just completely falling apart in the final stages for Sonik. HawK being able to leverage that economic advantage, turn it into a hero level advantage. Level 6 on that Archmage, retraining to Blizzard when the Dark Ranger did not have Silence. That was key. The Dark Ranger really needed to keep the Mountain King and that Archmage off of their game, minimize how much spell damage they could do. I think if the fight opened up with a Silence onto the Mountain King and Archmage first, the Fire Lord would have still been alive. We would have seen more utility out from that, and, well, things would have played out differently. Let me know what you guys thought about this game in the comments below.